This is a big.
Yeah, this is a lot. Okay. I like today's lesson because this is just so applicable in the real world. You guys hopefully will all earn interest on your money someday. You're all going to want to shop with a discount. And nobody really wants to pay sales tax, but we have to do it to have things like roads and schools and things like that. All right, so interest, the definition for interest is, why is this not, there we go. The amount of money earned from savings or investments. Sales tax is a tax imposed on goods purchased and services used. It's usually added to the item's cost and you pay that at the point of purchase. Except when you buy a car. When you buy a car, you have to pay it later after you buy the car. Well, you pay it when you get the license, like the plates for it, then you pay the sales tax. And a discount is an amount that is subtracted from the normal price of an item. Tommy.
Interest also, you take a loan out of the bank.
And then you have to pay the interest. Yeah, so interest can go both ways. So yeah, you're right. Sometimes you have to pay it and then sometimes it's paid to you. So if you take a loan, that's when you pay it. If you buy stocks, that's when you earn interest. Because basically you're loaning your money to some corporation to do something with that money. Let's write quickly, you guys. Oh, switch the slide in about 5 seconds. All right, so it's important to understand what these definitions are, because if you don't understand them, you're not going to be able to find the right answer to a problem. If you don't know that sales tax is money added to the cost of an item, then you won't know to find the percent increase on something. Basically, it's not a percent increase. We'll talk about it. I'm sorry, I don't want to confuse you, but you should know that's more. Michael, about math. Okay, save it. All right, so let's do some problems. Alejandro bought the TV set and paid a sales tax of 8%. How much did he pay for the set? Okay, we've got a couple ways that we can do this. We've got the way that I like, and we've got the other way. Sorry. So first way we can do this is we can find 8% of $900. And then we can add it to the cost, but we're going to go ahead and draw a bar model. So draw this with me, please. Now, remember how I told you that 100% is what we're comparing to typically? Actually, let me not draw my 100% there. Let's say this is our $900. That's 100% right there, $900. It's also original. Okay, so Alejandro has to pay an extra 8% on top of that $900. So really, he's going to be paying 108% of the original. Does that make sense to everybody? If you've ever checked out anywhere, you know what this means, right? Like you pay more than what's marked on the price. That's a case when you pay more than 100%. In Fort Collins, it's like, I don't remember even anymore. It's probably like, I think it's like 7.375%. But okay, so if we were to find 8% of $900, That's gonna equal $72. Is that how much he paid for the TV? How much did he pay for the TV? Dorothy? Yeah, he paid $972. Okay, so here's the thing. You really need to be drawing your bar model and you need to be showing your work, because what's going to happen if you end up at the end of your problem and you're like 72, done. I found 8%. Is that going to be the answer? No. So let me show you another way to do this problem that doesn't involve you having to remember to add something back on. This is actually what I prefer, but you can choose either way. You can just multiply 108%. Let's go ahead and hide these. You can multiply 108% times $900. And if you do it that way, then you're finding this complete amount, and you're not going to have to worry about adding something back onto a total. Does that make sense? It doesn't. You're shaking your head. It does. Okay. Let's go ahead and cross cancel those zeros, and 108 times 9, 100 times 9 is 900. 8 times 9 is 72. So add it together, that would be 972. Morgan? Well, let me show you the math. Okay, do you see that I've got 800% times 900 over 1? Here's what I just did in my head. Okay, Morgan? I did 100 times 9. And then I also did 8 times 9. Right? Because right here, this 108 is 100 plus 8. So I just went ahead and used distributive property to do the mental math and multiply those and then add them together. This problem was easy to do that on. It won't always be, but this one happened to be. Yeah.
I could be off on my skip counting, but I think you can't simplify 108 by 9. and get
No, you can't. Tell me why you can't. Tell me why you can't cross cancel this.
Oh, that's what
Yeah, do not do that. Okay, Radsveer.
I didn't use. Don't find it by 8.
Yeah, you can totally do that. You can use unitary method. I like that you did that. Okay, let's do another one. How much does Roberto have to pay for the pair of shorts? All right, so when we're looking over here, my original price is $45. So that is 100%. And there's a discount. Okay. If it's a 20% discount, what is this other percentage over here? This portion of my bar model right here. What is that, Uzziah?
80%.
80%. Okay. Which portion do I want to find? 80% or 20%? Cameron? Yeah, I want to find 80% because I want to find how much he paid. Oh, in your packet, it has you finding 20%. So we'll just go through both of them. But yeah, I prefer to find 80%. So we'll do the 20% first, but then we have to subtract. So 20% of 45. Once we do all that, we can cross cancel. I would do a 1 here and a 5 here, and then cross cancel the 5 and the 45. That would equal $9. But that is this amount. That's not my answer. So then I have to subtract from $45, and we're going to get $36. I prefer to just find 80% right off the bat. So if we find 80% of 45, our cross canceling could look like this. I could cross cancel those 2 zeros, and then I would probably divide by 2 next, then get 4 here and 5 down here. And then I would cross cancel the 5 and the 45. And of course, we still end up with 36 because it's the same problem. Does that make sense to everybody? Which way do you like better? I'm curious. Tommy?
On the,
Okay. Oh, everybody's holding up 2s. Yeah. What do you like better, Cameron? You find like you just find the price and then you're just done. Yeah. That's kind of what I like too. Shafiq,
I like both.
you'd like both? Yeah, and you know what? You guys, can kind of sometimes look at a problem and maybe one way is better than the other way just because the math is going to be easier. So you can use, they're both tools in your toolbox. You can use whichever one you want. Okay, so in your textbook, please open up to page 85. And you guys are going to do numbers 1 through 3 on that page in the next slide right now, or on the next page in your notes. All right, my mistake. Okay. Let's not do the Toyos yet. Mr. Kelman gave the waiter 15% of the bill as a tip. How much money did Mr. Kelman spend in the restaurant altogether? All right, how are we going to figure this one out? Go ahead, Owen. Tell me what to do. Okay, we can find 15% of 24. And let's see what that is. So 15% times 24 over 1. Let's do the cross canceling though, so we see what it is. I don't know what I'd want to cross cancel on this one. I think I'd probably do 5. So I'd do a 3 up here and then a 20 down here. And then I could cross cancel the 20 and the 24. So let's see, I'm going to divide both by 4, get 5 here and 6 up here. And I've got 18 over 5. And then for me, it would probably be easier to just do this as a fraction, 3 3/5, which would equal $3.60. Okay, is that the answer to my question? No, because the question is how much did he spend in the restaurant altogether? So now we've got to add that to our original $24. Here's the total. And so he spent $27.60 altogether. Or you could find 115% of $24. And that would look, it's not what I meant to do. Let's hide it. So if we find 115% of $24, we set it up like this. Make sure you're copying this down, you guys. 115 over 100 times 24 over 1. And then you would want to go through and cross cancel that, but you'd get 27.60. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do the Toyos. Can someone read and help me with number 1? Feels confident on it? All right, Michael, go ahead.
We will sell $20,000 worth of furniture. His commission is 50% of his sale. How much money did Gabriel take?
Okay.
I said $3,000.
Okay, great. You got the correct answer, but tell me how you did it.
So I did, I just found 50%.
Okay, great job. So you did 15% times 20,000 over 1, and you probably did some cross canceling. And $3,000 is the answer. Good job. How about number 2? Yeah. Ooh, we're off by a 10 there. Can you read it out loud, please? $32,000. That number is 32,000.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's why. Okay, keep going. Would you keep reading, please?
He paid the 7% income tax. How much does he pay for an income tax?
Okay, so is this kind of how you set it up, but did you miss a 0?
Yeah, I got 0.
Okay. All right, so we can cross cancel 2 zeros, and then we've got 320 times 7, and the answer was $2,240. Okay. Yeah, so income tax is money that usually it's taken out of people's paycheck and then it goes to the government at the end of the year. I'm sure your parents all have complained about filing their taxes because it's a big job. But anyways, so we typically get some of that money back or we have to pay more money to the government. Declan,
I have to.
would you please read it out loud, please?
Yes.
Sure. Number 3.
How much can I pay for the jacket?
Okay, so tell me how to set this up.
80 over 1 times 30 over 100.
Okay,
Plus cancel the 0.
okay, just a second. And then you got 32.
Yeah, I got 50, and then I did 80 times 30 to get $38. That's 100.
Okay, nice job. And that is the correct answer. How many of you did it that way? Okay, how many of you found 60% of 80 instead? Okay, cool. All right, go ahead and do the exit ticket, but don't tear it off. Yeah, yep, go ahead and change that 79.50 to 80 and the whatever the 8.5% to 8%. Yep, that'll make it a little bit easier. Mhm. Make sure you try to, I would like you to draw a bar model. So start with the bar model. Practice that percentage bar model. Piper, can you help me out? Okay, thank you.
18 over 1 times 8 over 100.
Just, okay, you did 80 over 1 times 8 over 100. Okay, let's go ahead and do that over here. All right.
And then I cross cancel the 0
Okay.
and
Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, just like I just did it, right? Okay, and then what?
I added 10 by 2 which equals 5.
Okay.
Then I got 4
Okay, and you got 32.
divided by 5.
Okay, so equals 640. Okay. All right, nice job. How many of you got 8640? Okay, good job. If you look puzzled right now, raise your hand and ask a question. Dorothy,
I did wrong, but I got 84.
you got 8480. Okay, let's just check. So I have 32 over 5, right? Let me just do a little work up here. 32 divided by 5. 5 goes into 36 times, so the 6 is right, and then we have 2/5 left over. If we convert 2/5 to a decimal, that is 4/10. So the 640 is correct. Any other questions on that? Oh, go ahead.
But 8 times
Oh, that's all right. Friday. The Friday error, I think. Okay. All right, open up your workbooks to workbook exercise 4, please.